From Oklahoma City, Bella Shaw, Dan Slocum, Randy Ollis, Bob Berry Jr. This is News 4 Oklahoma.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bella Shaw.
And I'm Dan Slocum. Convicted killer Roger Dale Stafford's former attorney is not happy with the recent controversy over how he handled that case.
We'll have more on that story in a minute, but first, new court proceedings for a local lawman. State Representative Don Denman will be back in court tomorrow for a second trial on charges of influence peddling in federal court. Denman and his father, 73-year-old E. Smith Denman, were tried on extortion and conspiracy charges in February, but a mistrial was declared when the jury became deadlocked. Last week, new indictments of racketeering were handed down by a federal grand jury, but a trial date for those charges has not been set yet. The panel investigating Denman's case says his conduct as a lawmaker during the past 6 years reflects, quote, a pattern of racketeering. And FBI agents are tracking the trail of suspected killer Christopher Wilder tonight. Spokesman Gene Pogue says agents are pursuing tips from citizens all over the country, though it was believed yesterday Wilder could be in Alabama. Last week, a warrant was issued for Wilder by the FBI. Among others, he is wanted in connection with the death of Oklahoma City woman Suzanne Logan. Logan disappeared from the Penn Square shopping mall on March 25th. Her body was found one day later near Junction City, Kansas. The part-time race car driver and photographer is also wanted in connection with the death or disappearance of 6 other women nationwide and the kidnapping of another who escaped. The FBI says it would appreciate any information that could lead to Wilder's whereabouts. Since the beating and stabbing death of his bride of only 9 months, husband Brian Logan has found some comfort from relatives and friends. Brian is assisting the FBI in its search for Wilder and agreed to talk with the media this weekend about Suzanne.
She wanted so bad to go to heaven and believed in God so much and thought that life on earth was just a test and was not anything compared to what it would be later. But it's just bad that she would have to go through something like this to get there.
Brian last saw Suzanne right before she went shopping at Penn Square.
Convicted mass murderer Roger Dale Stafford's attorney, who initially represented him, resents the suggestion that his defense of Stafford was inadequate.
There have been a lot of stories recently about computer whizzes who find a way to penetrate the computer systems of businesses, colleges, and even the military. And now the American Hospital Association wants to make sure no one tampers with medical records. Most major hospitals, like Baptist Medical Center here in Oklahoma City, use sophisticated computer systems like this to handle some medical records. The AHS wants Congress to make it a crime for unauthorized computer operators to tamper with records that could cause injury to a patient. Officials at Baptist keep handwritten records as well, but they say computer tampering is serious business.
If information were lost about past history or medical conditions, it's conceivable that treatment would be delayed or possibly even overlooked.
Ms. Merton says Baptist has put in numerous safeguards to keep anyone from entering the computer system without authorization.
Colorado Senator Gary Hart says he's a little leery of Wisconsin's caucus system.
Coming up next on News 4, weather wisdom from an expert who knows, Randy Ollis.
And catching a crippled satellite is not so easy. More on the shuttle mission right after this.
The Challenger astronauts are brainstorming this evening as they plan to try again tomorrow to capture and repair the broken Solar Max satellite. The crew was unable to stabilize it today during a spacewalk or snag it with the ship's mechanical arm. Yesterday, the mission specialist placed a bus-sized bundle of experiments called Long Duration Exposure Facility into orbit. The LDEF will circle the Earth for 10 months before another shuttle mission picks it up again. Other than the delay in repairing Solar Max, the mission is right on schedule with no major problems. Randy Ollis, right on schedule, joins us now, and pretty accurate predictions yesterday. He said the sun coming out was a bit iffy.
But you said you saw some just a minute ago.
Oh yeah, I look very hard too when it's in the forecast. No, out in western Oklahoma, a beautiful day, a lot of sunshine. We've seen a few peaks here in Oklahoma City, and tomorrow should be a much better day. Outside right now, let's check the current stats.
As you know, the weather was not the best this afternoon, but that didn't stop hundreds of runners from racing through Nichols Hills. It was the second annual Redbud Classic to benefit the Oklahoma Summer Arts Institute. About 1,000 runners joined in the 2-mile fun run and the 10K race through Nichols Hills. Entrants ranged from youngsters 4 years old to many over 65. There was even one dog entered in the race. First, second, and third place finishers in each race received merchandise prizes, and everyone who entered received a race T-shirt. Our good friend Athletic Bella did not enter. You were probably parked in front of the tube with a soda pop and some popcorn.
Church ran a little long this
is that
morning.
what
I
happened?
understand you ran from the race. Okay.
We'll see you again at 10. Good night.
Good night.
This is Channel 4 in Oklahoma City.